Have you ever bonded with friends over a बचपन की पिटाई? खूब शान से we recall mom और dad से हमें कब कहाँ और किस किस चीज से मार पड़ी थी. But have you ever wondered, मार पड़ना इतना normal क्यों है?
क्या बात दीदी?
चुप कर, चुप, उल्लू का चरखा.
In India, a well-placed thappad is seen as a valid form of discipline. In a recent study, as many as 77% of Indian parents admitted to hitting their kids.
मैं टिकट लेने जा रहा हूँ. अगर यहाँ से हिला ना तो दो कार के नीचे.
But this isn't seen as abuse or even bad parenting. In fact, it's the way to toughen up a kid who needs to learn how to behave.
तुम्हारी ये हिम्मत अपने डैडी के सामने मुंह खोला है?
And while this may seem harmless, it's not. Over time, physical punishment can lead to increased aggression, lower intellectual achievement, antisocial behavior, higher risks of depression, and just poorer quality of parent-child relationships. So if there's clearly so much to lose, how did using violence on children ever become acceptable? Well, disciplining children with violence has been an ancient practice, literally. In some religious scriptures, using corporal punishment as discipline is even seen as a parental duty. The Old Testament talks about how the rod and reproof brings wisdom to a child, while a child left to his own bringeth his mother to shame. In the Middle Ages, Puritan children were even whipped in public if they were disobedient. By the mid-1900s, the science of child rearing was becoming popular in the West, and experts began to talk about the need for more compassionate and less authoritative parenting. Corporal punishment was outlawed in many countries, but only in the context of schools. Within the confines of the home, it was still perfectly legal and socially acceptable for parents to spank their kids. By the late 20th century, medical research definitively established the long-term negative effects of beating children. In 1979, Sweden became the first country to outlaw corporal punishment by parents, and soon others followed suit. Today, domestic corporal punishment is a crime in more than 50 countries, but it remains controversial and is still widely practiced in some countries where it's illegal. India is one such country where the physical abuse of a child is a crime, but society still doesn't frown upon a parent slapping their child. Why? Across India, the cultural preference for a more authoritarian style of parenting remains strong. In part, this is because people are simply following the same parenting style that they've seen in their own childhoods. But it's also the deeply hierarchical nature of Indian society that values strict obedience within families more than it values the autonomy of their youngest members.
क्या कर रहे हो विक्रम?
इसी के लायक है.
The threat of maar padegi instills fear in a kid from a very young age. This fear then becomes an effective tool to ensure that kids don't defy their elders and always adhere to the family code of conduct.
परंपरा बेटे, परंपरा.
While the spanks and slaps may get less frequent as kids age, the fear of a family authority figure maintains the same power dynamic. This is why we can normalize our parents trying to control our marital or career choices or even our decision to have kids.
See, you get married this year and they have a baby next year.
Many South Asians are now speaking up about this culture of uncritical obedience, the problems with Desi parenting, and its reliance on fear. At the end of the day, there's a lot of advantages to living in a society like India that values family bonds. These bonds can have a strong foundation only if we recognize that the well-being of an entire family rests on each member having agency, each member feeling loved, heard and seen as an independent being. So let's do away with the thappads and ensure that this violent practice takes a beating once and for all. That's it for our latest video in the Overthinking It series. If you like our content, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you stay updated.